Hey everyone, what's up? It's DeFeed channel again. So it's not secret that on this channel we took a huge curve towards NFTs, play to earn games, and we try to spend as much time as we can on this team. And unlike other crypto channels and projects, we don't just instantly make videos and dump the project afterwards, like completely forgetting about it. No, instead we try to check their progress. We try to do some sort of recaps and see how the project actually evolves, what's been new, and what the next steps are for that. And today we're gonna start with the crypto game that is quite popular on our channel, and lots of people like it here, and it's called SIDUS NFT Heroes. So the project has previously announced some significant changes in game, as well as the start of the huge long-awaited update, and it is called module construction, which is literally a milestone, and it might be a key factor in the SIDUS progress in development, like in general. So that's why you make sure that you watch this video until the end, and of course you know this, like this video and subscribe to the channel to not miss our upcoming videos. By the way, don't forget that this is not financial advice, but only information that I'm giving, pure educational facts. So if we're clear with that, now let's get going. Okay, so let me remind you first that you should remember SIDUS is still in beta version and it's only 3 months since the game launched, so it's pretty raw these days. However, the game is constantly updating and new game patches almost every week or two have become a common game feature. And yeah, they've made quite a progress lately, and there were lots of changes overall in the game since the last time we actually checked them. So we made this video in February, and by the way, you can check this video right over here in this link if you don't know what I'm talking about. So here is my list of the major updates and changes in SIDUS NFT Heroes for the past 2 months. Okay, so number one thing that I've noticed in the past updates, it's obviously attention to details, and also more gameplay info is shown in the previous versions. So for example, in update 0.1.4, I'd like to start with the obvious and most noticeable. It is new design of the weapon screen. So as of now, apart from the new cool graphics design of space guns that your character shoots to kill, there is also more depth to that in terms of the info, so we can get more info about your weapons, like the level, power, ability, and also effect. Then the devs also have added display damage, effects, and energy point burning. When dealing damage to your opponent, information about the nature of damage and the type of impact being inflicted will be displayed above the player. When statuses are combined, the effects will also be shown and the energy points burned will be given too. Okay, so here is another cool ability that I'd like to introduce you, and it's called bluffing. I think what makes SIDUS a bit more unique, because it's really a cool feature that they added in the patch of 0.1.5. Bluffing is a hero's ability available to all races. And when we activate bluffing, it lasts 6 turns. So if hero dies while under this effect of bluffing, they are immediately resurrected. And otherwise, if hero does not die under the bluffing, in the end, they restore HP value to the point when the ability was activated. Now it is also possible to use heroes' abilities on allies to buff them. So let me read you about the race abilities. So Raptorian race ability Poison Spit heals your ally and applies for the wet status. The next character, Voltron race ability Electroshock, puts a shield around the target and absorbs part of the damage dealt with the target in the subsequent attack. So it also applies the charge status. And lastly, August race ability Fire Breath, it increases the critical chance of the next attack if there is one. And also it inflicts the burning status. Okay, so in the patch version 0.1.6, I think the game has been more focused on gameplay and what comes out of that, and also the game balance overall. So firstly, they added rewards for every battle victory. Now the system has a limit of 10 wins per day, Speaking about balance, you should probably have noticed while playing the game that the maximum number of HP has also been increased. And if we dig deeper, we can also see that the amount of HP given per vitality point has been changed for all races. There is just one extra change to a hero called Ogya. So applying Ogya's race-based ability to their teammates increase the damage dealt by their teammates by 15 for each attack. And lastly, in this patch I found that the team has updated the initiative system that influences the turn order in a battle. Heroes are now lined up according to their initiative stats, from highest to lowest. So different races have different base initiative values. So for Raptorian it's 40, for Ogya is 50, and for Voltron is 60. Let me tell you more about the visuals. So Hero Info now displays the initiative. There are also pops-up windows that were added and they show information about a hero's ability over the respective ability icon in the main menu and on the battlefield. Okay, so the team has also been working on visuals in the previous last update, which is 0.1.7, and as they added have like 6 item rarity UI types in the game, which you can see right here on this screen, I believe. Speaking of yet another visual update, now unused identical weapons are automatically grouped in the inventory slot. And also Voltron's race-based ability is renamed to Lightning Ball, so it's previously been known as Electric Shock. And overall readability of the interface has been improved. There is now a translucent background behind heroes' names. And one more minor thing that I've noticed is that the equipped item in the inventory is now highlighted. So I think it's great that they finally added it by now. Apart from minor bug fixes and game improvements, I've also noticed that the matchmaking system has been also improved. So once you find an opponent, you will see their whole team and wallet in the battle loading window. Additionally, I'd say that they also removed the accept button, so now it is impossible to reject the battle once it's found. Okay, so moving on, and another super great thing that SIDUS team has created is the SIDUS Times magazine. So the first edition is out and already available for you, and you can read it whatever time you want on their website. In the first issue of the magazine, you will find like all the latest updates and features with SIDUS Heroes, and also interviews with team members, and also a global GameFi market review and coin and market analysis, and even much more, I believe. So we read this magazine and we're just stoked about it. To me, it feels something like groundbreaking, and it's like a Esquire magazine in the world of metaverses. The only thing that it misses is like some ads for trendy NFT gear and wearables, I think. So overall, it's a very cool idea and it's very well done, I think. I really recommend you to read it, especially if you're a fan of SIDUS NFT Heroes game. And I'm pretty sure that you find tons of useful information that I haven't said about it in the latest news about the project. I'll include the links in the description for your convenience, this magazine, so you can easily find it out for yourself. And as for now, let's just keep waiting for the second release to come. And now let's finally move on to the latest patch, which is version 0.1.8, and it introduced module construction and stimulants, a new incentive for active players. So I'll tell you a bit more about the latter. So in the beginning of March, SIDUS' team has promised to introduce a new incentive for active players, which were called Stimulants. They act as daily rewards for victories, obviously. So here we are at the beginning of April, and they did release a brand new patch 0.1.8 as promised. In this one, we have some regular updates like race-based abilities and power updates, but we also finally got genetic stimulants as promised. But actually, it's not all what team has promised. They went even further. To everyone's joy, they've announced the start of the module construction, and for your information, this is the core of SIDUS ecosystem entrepreneurial concept. This means that you can now start investing your resources and time to lay the foundation for your future wealth. I'd say that this is truly a milestone patch, and let's break it down brick by brick and see what is new in this latest patch, starting with genetic stimulants. So as for now, the daily win awards include genetic stimulants. We all know about it. Players receive 1 stimulants for every hero on the winning team. Every hero is eligible for a certain amount of stimulants per day, but the number of stimulants a hero can receive depends on their rarity. And by the way, genetic stimulants will be awarded even if you have already reached the limit for the daily rewards. Stimulants are also essential for the future reproduction of heroes via the reproduction facility. And let's go straight to the very top news, the start of the module construction. So as for now, players can start building the new SIDUS station modules. It is certainly an innovative GameFi investment mechanics, allowing users to participate in the game development process and even profit out of that. So you can do both, like have fun and make some profit out of that. Investment in the construction of a module will bring profit later on the form of royalties. It's like a fee for each financial transaction passing through the module. And it is known that the first module available for construction will be the store module. Okay, so speaking about race-based abilities updates, there were just a few ones, but I'll tell you anyways. So the effect of using a race-based ability on your allies increases as the number of defense points increases. The Voltron race-based ability has been upgraded, so as for now, the shield collapses when it totally loses its durability and does not trigger a status overlay. However, when it comes to power updates, there are lots of cool changes in game, so let's go over them already. SIDUS has updated their power system calculation, and now the power value makes a bit more sense. Power is the true cumulative value of heroes' characteristics. So it's about their level, abilities, weaponry, armor, and other characteristics as well. The power value is approximately the same for all users at the current stage, but I think like this difference will be more and more drastic as the game evolves. Power will be used in the matchmaking process, so you will be matched with the most suitable opponents, like they match your level. Also concerns about the special events, I think, that will be available like upon you reach like certain levels. So what do we have so far? I think the latest updates set the stage for like several mechanics and systems that will further form the core of the game. And I believe next month we expect even more bigger updates to come, and it's like a building foundation for that, so let's just keep waiting for it. And the final thing that I wanted to stop by as well, because I think it's really important, and I think sometimes people don't seem to see the obvious. Lately, it's been announced that both tokens, SIDUS and SENATE, have been listed on the most known crypto exchange, which is called Bitfinex. I think people still don't understand the importance of such an announcement, because Bitfinex actually is one of the first in all these crypto exchanges out there since 2012, so it's almost 10 years, and even more, they're still on the top 10 CoinMarketCap platforms. So I think having SIDUS and SENATE, both of them, it is just great, and yet another exchange that supported SIDUS token that they have onboarded. To me, it sounds obviously as good news, and I think there is even a potential pump for that, and let's just keep waiting and checking the market movements and upcoming updates from the project side. I think, like, to my predictions, is going to be huge very, very soon. Alright guys, so that was it for our recap of SIDUS Heroes' last updates and news. I hope you've learned something valuable and interesting here. Let me know in the comments if I missed something, and what is your favorite project update for this time, and what you would wish to see in the future updates soon. To check these updates in action, I certainly once again recommend you to just play SIDUS Heroes game, and as always, I'll leave all the links that I've used for this video in the description for your convenience, so you can find it for yourself. So have a nice day, be well, and until next time.